Hi, this is Linda, your Wonder Oven lady. Welcome. Today we're going to be doing something really wonderful. We're going to be making bread in our Wonder Oven. If you don't know what a Wonder Oven is, please check out our intro video on our channel or our website at www.wonderovens.com. Okay, I made this bread this morning, and if you want my recipe for bread, see our website. But if you have any favorite recipe, any of them work great. Now, it's been punched down after its first rise. I will spray my cans. Now these cans are like V8 juice, vegetable juice, pineapple juice. I like the kind that have the gold lining inside. So check those out, but any of them work. They just don't rust inside. You can see that there's a little bit of rust on the outside, but that's not a big problem. The inside is beautiful. So you sprayed it with some Fan Guard. Now we're going to take it, I've divided this into thirds because I'm going to be making 3 loaves of bread. And there's no rocket science about this. You just drop it in. Okay, now, you don't want it to be above halfway in the can. So if you have some left over, it's wonderful to make scones out. So this is pretty easy. Even the kids could do this. No rolling, no extra kneading, no shaping, because your can holds it. Now I have a little bit of bread left in here. We'll just make scones. You don't want to put more dough in your can than about halfway full because it tends to overflow. Now that I'm all cleaned up, remember we've got the dough in the cans. Now if I'd wanted a raisin cinnamon bread, I would have rolled out my dough, put cinnamon and raisins on it, rolled it up, put it in here. So you can do any kind of bread you want. So it's in here. I'm going to put it in my pan that's got some warm water in it and just help it raise a little faster. And for right now, I'm just going to cover it with my towel. There is one thing when you're making bread. You see that I've got this in a pressure cooker because it's got a locking lid. You saw how this floated? Okay, it's going to pop the lid off. If you do not have a pressure cooker with a locking lid, you could use any lid with a bungee and just bungee it down. This is the only thing you need to do that with because bread is so light that it tends to float. Now, I'll see you back in a little bit because we're going to let it raise about that far from the top of our can, and then we're going to bring it to a boil. See you in a few minutes. Hi, welcome back. Don't you just love videos? Just a blink of an eye and our bread is ready. You can see that it's raised almost to the top. We've got about 1.5 inches, plus maybe 2 inches left. So what we do now, if you need a little more water, pour a little more water in. I've got plenty of water, so I'm going to put a little tin foil cap over this. And this is strictly because when you're cooking bread or muffins or anything like that, the water condensation you don't want going into your food. So you're just covering it. If you needed to in an emergency, you could redo this, reuse your tin foil. Okay, now remember I talked about locking lids. So this one is my pressure cooker. Okay, so remember we have the locking lid, we've locked it into place. Now, remember if you didn't have a locking lid, you could bungee your lid down at this point. Now we take it just like this over to our stove. Turn your stove on high, and we're going to bring it up to a boil and boil it for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to put it in the Wonder Oven. See you in a few minutes. Hi, we're back and the bread's ready to go. It's been boiling for about 10 minutes. So you can see that it's on the stove right now. I'm going to take it straight off of the stove and put it right in my Wonder Oven. I'm going to nestle it down in here really nicely. I've got a towel in here to protect mine. It's kind of a nice idea. And that's it. Now I have mine in an 18-gallon bin. If I go camping, I do put the lid on it because I'm afraid that critters might get in it. If you're at home, you don't need to put it, but if you have little critters running around your house, you might want to put a lid on it also. Put it in the Wonder Oven. I'm going to leave it alone It'll be done in about 2.5 hours, so if you want it that soon, that's great. But if you're out shopping or doing something fun and you don't get back for 8 hours, that's fine. Don't worry about your bread. It's cooked, it's waiting for you, it'll still be warm. We'll see you in about 5 or 2.5 hours, 5 hours, whatever I decide. See you later. Hi, welcome back. Well, our bread has been cooking now for actually about 4.5, 5 hours. It would have been done at 2.5 hours, but I was busy, I wasn't here, so no problem. We're gonna check it now. So I'm taking it out of the Wonder Oven here. Whoa, that's still really hot. I wish you guys could feel this. It's too hot to actually touch. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to see the steam. Okay, now we've had some of it overflow. This is what happens when it rises really fast, and you maybe put a little more bread in it than dough than you needed, but there's not a problem there. You just cut it off. Okay, let me just get this out of here. We made 3 loaves. I was at a demo once, and I was getting rid of this dough that's coming out because, you know, it's a little moist in the water. And this lady in the audience said, "Oh, don't throw that away. That's just like a dumpling." So if you like dumplings, don't throw this away. But I usually cut it off. So we'll just take this one and we'll just, whoop, it's kind of hot still. You can see after that long, you still could have cooked things for a lot longer, but it doesn't overcook. This is the nice, moist bread that everybody loves. And it stays that way in the fridge for a long time, a lot longer than bread that's baked in the oven. So, the way we get it out, and I want you to notice something as it comes out, it's different than when it's cooked in the oven. So are you noticing anything? There's no crust. So, you know, a lot of kids love that. They think, oh, their mom just cut off the bread or the crust off of the bread and made it just exactly fit their piece of bologna. I want you to see how wonderful this cuts. Now this is hot bread. How many of you could take the bread right out of the oven and slice it immediately? This is hot, butter's gonna melt on it. Beautiful bread, well done. And it's got the little lines in it, so you can slice it perfectly if you wanted to. So I have 3 loaves of bread, and I just want to show you this. Wow, that's almost too hot to hold still. This is great bread, so don't worry about having a oven if the electricity's out. It works just great in this type of thing, and you have wonderful bread. Now remember, if you want to come to our website and see our recipes and buy a Wonder Oven or 2, come to www.wonderovens.com. Again, this is Linda, the Wonder Oven Lady, signing off. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm going to have a bite of this.